Ayan, hello, good morning. So, welcome back sa Partnership and Corporate Accounting natin. So, we are now in our lesson 4 for Partnership and Corporate Accounting. So, sa last topic natin, we discussed about the basic formations of partnership, basic formation and concept, and this is the continuation of the topic natin sa lesson 3. So, sa lesson 4, ayan. So, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to apply the accounting principles and in partnership with regard to the investment. Ayan, pag-uusapan natin yung about sa investment na sa existing business. Okay? So, if you have any queries regarding the past lessons, yung mga nasend sa inyo na discussions, ayan, kung hindi nyo naintindihan, ayan, mag-message lang kayo sa akin sa GC, ayan, okay? Or i-PM ninyo ako. So, now, I will going to play again the video lecture of Ma'am Carmela, and as usual, ayan, syempre, i-maximize natin yung paggamit ng lecture ni Ma'am Carmela, yung video lecture na ginawa niya for Partnership and Corporate Accounting, okay? Pero kung sabi ko nga, kung may question kayo regarding the topic, the lesson, ayan, mag-message kayo sa akin, okay? And please, ilabas ninyo yung mga modules ninyo, and please go along with the discussion.
Investment of an already existing business. Di ba kasi meron tayong tinatawag na books of the partnership. So doon, books of the business, doon natin makikita lahat ng transactions, yung lahat ng operations na nangyayari sa business. Doon natin makikita yung mga contributions nila, yung mga cash na pumapasok sa kanila, and many more transactions na nagaganap. Ayan, so di ba usually nagre-record tayo ng investment, kung magkano yung amount ng in-invest natin. So, kine-credit natin sa capital kung magkano yung amount ng in-invest ng isang partner or isang owner ng company or ng business. So, kine-credit natin sa capital kapag cash, ayan, so debit cash, credit yung capital account ng partner. And syempre kapag naman property yung in-invest, ayan, debit ka na, like for example, building yung in-invest ng partner, debit ka ng building, credit ka ng capital account ng partner sa amount na kung magkano yung agreed value ng building. Ayan, so usually pagka mag-i-start yung partnership tapos mag-i-invest yung partner ng property, nire-record natin siya as fair market value or the book value. Ayan, so sabi dyan, investment of an already existing business. Accounting for partners' contribution becomes complicated when the investment is an already existing business. Ayan, what if ang in-invest ng isang partner is yung existing business niya? Like for example, may sarili ka ng business. Like for example, meron kang sari-sari store. Ayan, so nagpatayo ka ng building para sa sari-sari store mo. Like for example, ayan. And inaya ka ng friend mo na bumuo ng isang partnership business. Ayan, so magtatayo kayo ng grocery store, like for example. Ayan, tapos nag-agree kayo na ang i-invest mo is yung sari-sari store mo or yung net assets mo from that sari-sari store. Ayan, so ang mangyayari ngayon is i-close mo yung books ng business mo, yung books ng sari-sari store mo. Ayan, so mag-open kayo ngayon ng panibagong books for your partnership. Ayan, so pagka ganon, doon nagiging komplikado sa kung magkano yung value ng amount ng value ng assets, yung net assets na i-invest mo since naka-record na yung book value niya, di ba, dun sa books ng mismong business mo, books ng sari-sari store mo. So, magkano yung value ng net assets na i-invest mo? Magkano yung i-record nyo dun sa books ng partnership? Ayan. So, provided dito yung mga procedures kung paano natin i-record yung net assets from that existing business. Ayan. Number 1, present for review the assets and liabilities of the sole proprietorship business to the other partners. Ayan, so ipapakita mo yung bago mo i-close yung books mo ng, like for example, sa sari-sari store, ayan, ipapakita mo muna, ipapareview mo muna yung books mo na yun, or yung financial statements mo dun sa mga partners or dun sa friend mo. Ayan, kung siya yung magiging partner mo sa isang business. Ayan, so ipapakita mo muna sa kanila. Ayan, so number 2, adjust the sole proprietorship books for any revaluation agreed upon. Ayan, so since the business is not going to operate as a sole proprietorship, no revenue or expense account should be recorded. Ayan, so the assets and liabilities to be invested represent the partner's capital contribution. Hence, the adjustments are made through the capital account. Ayan, so since i-close mo na yung books ng like for example, sari-sari store, ayan, so i-close mo na siya, tapos lahat ng net assets mo and yung liabilities mo is i-invest mo dun sa panibagong partnership ninyo or sa partnership business ninyo. Ayan, so ang mangyayari doon, ang makikerry lang doon is yung assets or liabilities ng sari-sari store mo, yung mga utang sa sari-sari or utang ng sari-sari store mo, and of course the assets of your sari-sari store. Yun lang yung makikerry doon. Since hindi naman na mag-ooperate yung business mo na sari-sari store, hindi isasama doon sa i-carry sa partnership business yung any income or expenses na generated from that sari-sari store. Ayan, so i-adjust yung value ng mga assets and liabilities ng sari-sari store mo. Depende kung ano yung pinag-agrihan nyo ng mga partners mo. Ayan, so yung magiging pag-agrihan nyo ng value ng asset and liabilities na i-invest mo is, yun yung magiging i-credit or magiging amount ng capital account mo. Ayan, so yun na yung contribution mo. Kapag sinabi nilang babawasan nila yung accounts receivable mo, ayan, so i-adjust nila yung accounts receivable, mag-provide kayo ng allowance for bad debts na 5%, ayan, so tatanggalin nyo sa accounts receivable yung 5%, so ipupunta nyo sa allowance for bad debts. Ayan, so kung ano yung matitirang value ng assets mo, or the asset and liabilities, ayan, so yung net assets mo, yun yung i-carry dun sa capital accounts mo. Yun na yung magiging amount ng contribution mo. Ayan, so after that, i-close nyo na yung books ng adjusted account. Close the books of the adjusted accounts. Like for example, kapag yung liabilities, like for example, net asset less asset less liabilities, yun na yung magiging contribution mo. So ibig sabihin, close mo na, niless mo na yung liability dun sa asset mo. So, ang excess nun, pag niles mo yung asset mo sa liabilities, is yun na yung amount ng investment mo. So, ngayon, i-close mo na lahat ng liability accounts mo. Wala ka ng utang na i-carry dun sa partnership ninyo. Okay? Ayan. So, number 4, record the net assets. Assets less liabilities. Ayan, net assets. Or partner's contribution in the books of partnership at the revenue or adjusted amount. So, kung magkano yung pinag-agrihan nyo na magiging amount ng asset mo, less mo yung liabilities mo, yun na yung i-carry nyo dun sa capital account mo sa partnership books. Ayan. If the partners agree to continue using the sole proprietorship books as the partnership books, then revise steps 2, 3, and 4 as follows. Ayan. Kapag sinabi ng mga partners na ang gagamitin ninyong partnership books is yung books ng sari-sari store nyo, sari-sari store mo rather, is pwede naman yun. Pag yun yung pinag-agrihan nyo. Pero ang hindi nyo nagagawin yung step 2 are step 2 and 3. So, ang magiging procedure niya is adjust the sole proprietorship books. Ayan, so adjust mo yung sole proprietorship books, yung lahat ng assets doon. Ayan, like for example, pag may revaluation yung assets or yung nag-appreciate yung land, di ba? Siyempre, recorded yun as sa book value niya. So, if nag-appreciate yung land, i-adjust mo yung value ng land. Ayan, so pag nag-depreciate yung building, adjust mo yung value ng building. Ayan, so record the investment of the other partners in the sole proprietorship books. Ayan, so doon ka na gagawin mo ng partnership books yung sole proprietorship books mo. So isasama mo na doon yung capital ng mga partners na kasama mo sa partnership business ninyo. I-record mo na doon sa sole proprietorship. So hindi mo kailangan i-close yung books ng sole proprietorship or hindi nyo kailangan mag-open ng new books ng partnership. Gagawin nyo lang is parang yung sole proprietorship books mo is gagawin ninyong partnership books ninyo. So, re-record nyo na doon yung capital contribution ng ibang partners. Siyempre, i-adjust nyo din yung value ng net assets mo, yung liabilities mo. Ayan. So, ayun, yung capital, syempre, kailangan din i-adjust. Ayun. So, yun yung mga ways how to record the investment of an already existing business. Yun yung mga procedures. And so, case number 1 na yung investment of an already existing business with the old books closed. Ayan, so i-close mo yung books na i-close mong business. Like for example, yung sari-sari store, i-close mo din yung books niya. And new partnership books open. So mag-open kayo ng panibagong partnership books. I-close mo yung sole proprietorship books mo, mag-open kayo ng panibagong partnership books nyo. Ayun, tapos yung net asset mo, yun yung i-contribute mo sa partnership business ninyo. Ayan, so let's take a look at the sample case in your module. Ayan, so case number 1. Investment of an already existing business with the old books closed and new partnership books. Ayan, let's take a look at the example. Peter has a bookstore along Taft Avenue called Peter Pan's Bookstore, which has been operating for 5 years. Ibig sabihin, existing na yung bookstore ni Peter Pan. Ayan, so on March 1, 2020, Pilar Garces invited him to put up a partnership along CM Recto Avenue. So, nag-agree sila na mag-open sila ng partnership business nilang dalawa ni Pilar Garces. Ayan. So, ginawa ni Peter, close niya yung business niya located along Taft Avenue or yung bookstore niya. Close niya and invest his net assets in the partnership. Ayan, so in-invest niya yung net assets niya. Ayan, pagka yung asset less mo yung lahat ng liabilities mo, yun yung in-invest ni Peter Pan dun sa partnership nila. Ayan, so Pilar agreed to put up cash equal to the contribution of Peter. Ayan, so kung magkano yung value ng net assets ni Peter Pan, yun din yung amount ng in-invest ni Garces na cash. Ayan, so ito yung balance ng assets and liabilities ni Peter Pan. Ayan, on March 1, 2020. Ayan, so meron siyang cash na 12,000. Meron siyang accounts receivable na 5,000. Meron siyang allowance for bad debts na 500. Ayan. Meron siyang merchandise inventory na 25,000. Meron siyang furniture fixtures na 10,000. Merong accumulated depreciation, yung furnitures and fixtures niya 2,000. Ayan, accounts payable niya, liability niya is 7,000. And meron siyang capital contribution na 42,500. Ayan, so una, dahil nag-agree silang mag-put up ng partnership business nila, i-close ni Peter yung bookstore niya. So, sa article of partnership, ayan, so nilagay nila dun sa articles of partnership nila yung itong mga following conditions. Una, the allowance for bad debts should be adjusted to 15,000 of the accounts receivable. Ayan, so parang nag-agree sila na itaas yung amount ng allowance for bad debts. mag-provide pa ng mas mataas na allowance for bad debts. Ayan, so ng 15%, o itaas nila sa 15% yung allowance for bad debts ng accounts receivable niya. Ayan, so 15%, wait lang. Ayan, so 15% times yung 5,000 na amount ng receivable niya is 750. Ayan, so ang gagawin natin diyan is ibig sabihin yan is mababawasan din yung capital ni Peter Pan kasi mababawasan yung amount ng accounts receivable niya. Ayan, so babawasan natin siya ng 250. Ayan, so bakit naging 250 lang? Kasi meron siyang provided na 500 noon ni Peter Pan sa sole proprietorship books niya. Meron siyang pre-provide na 500. So since sabi nila itaas nila ng 15% yung allowance for bad debts, ayan, so naging 500 less mo yung 750. Ayan, so yun yung ibabawas natin sa capital ni Pan, capital contribution ni Pan. Ayan, so babawasan natin yung capital contribution ni Pan, kaya natin i-debit. Ayan, tapos dadagdagan natin yung allowance for bad debts, kaya natin i-credit, which is 250,000. So bakit naka-credit yung allowance for bad debts? Pero makikita naman siya sa asset section ng financial position. Ayan, kasi ang allowance for bad debts is a contra asset account for accounts receivable. Ngayon, ang allowance for bad debts, makikita natin, hindi natin yung makikita sa mga expenses, ganun. So, makikita natin ang allowance for bad debts dun sa ilaless natin yung amount ng accounts allowance for bad debts dun sa amount ng accounts receivable. Ayan, kung na ayan, diba? Ibabawas natin itong amount ng amount ng allowance for bad debts dito sa amount ng accounts receivable since contra asset account ang allowance for bad debts. Ayan, so ano yung number 2 na pinag-agreehan nila na nilagay nila sa articles of co-partnership? Ayan. The furniture and fixtures should be 25% of the depreciated. Ayan, so furniture and fixtures and 25% of the depreciated amount. Ayan, dapat daw itaas nila ng 25% yung accumulated depreciation or the depreciation expense for the furniture and fixtures. Ayan, so 25%, i-multiply natin yan dun sa amount ng furniture and fixtures. Magkano yung 25% ng 10,000? Yun yung 2,500, di ba? Wait lang. Ayan, 2,500 dapat yung amount ng accumulated depreciation. Ayan, pero since provided na ni Peter Pan yung 2,000 sa sole proprietorship books niya, ibabawas natin yan sa magiging books ng partnership. Ang i-record natin is kung magkano yung increase sa accumulated depreciation or the depreciation expense. Ayan, so babawasan natin yung capital ni Peter Pan kasi yung accumulated depreciation is nilaless natin dito sa furniture and fixtures or the asset na dine-depreciate natin. Diba? So nilaless natin yan, isa din tong contra asset account yung accumulated depreciation. Ayan, 10,000 less 2,000. Pag nabawasan yung amount ng asset ni Peter Pan, ibig sabihin mababawasan din yung capital niya kasi ito yung in-invest niya. I-invest niya sa company. Ayan, so ito yung amount na i-invest niya sa company. Tapos binawasan natin yan ng 250,000 na provision ng allowance for bad debts and the 500 pesos na provision for accumulated depreciation. Ayan, to adjust the accumulated depreciation to 25% of the cost, 25% of furniture and fixtures. Letter C, condition. Obsolete merchandise amounting to 3,000 be written off. So, parang i-write off itong merchandise inventory for 3,000. Ayan. So, merchandise per books is 25,000. Di ba yung amount ng merchandise inventory? Ang magiging amount niya dapat, ang nakalagay dapat dito na amount niya is 22,000 since i-write off natin or tatanggalin natin yung 3,000 na amount ng merchandise inventory. So, ipaglaless nyo lang yan. So, 25,000 less 22,000 equals 3,000 na write-off. 3,000 ang i-write off natin. Ayan. So, since mababawasan ng 3,000 yung asset ni Peter Pan, babawasan din natin yung capital niya for 3,000. Ayan. So, babawasan din natin yung merchandise inventory niya. Kasi nga, binawasan natin dito. Ayan, so babawasan natin merchandise inventory. Ayan, for 3,000. Kaya siya naka-credit. Pag nagdagdag tayo sa mga asset accounts, magde-debit tayo. Pag nagbawas tayo sa mga asset accounts, magke-credit tayo. So, since merchandise inventory is an asset, i-credit natin yung bawas sa kanya. Ayan. And then, description is to write off obsolete merchandise. Ayan. Next condition. Both partners will act as a managing partners and share profits and losses equally. Ayan, so both partners daw is magpa-participate sila sa pagmamanage ng business. Ayan, so they will share profits and losses equally. So ibig sabihin dahil both ay magpa-participate sila sa managing of the business, they are putting up a general partnership because they will both manage the business. Ayan, sabi nga natin, pagka ang pwede lang mag-manage ng business is yung mga general partners, yung mga limited partners, hindi sila pwedeng mag-participate. Ayan, so for the reason na yung general partner nga is they are liable with the outside creditors or the creditors up to the extent of their personal properties. Ayan. So mabuti nga sa limited kasi kahit pa po pumalpak sila sa pagmamanage, hanggang doon lang yung pwedeng kunin ng creditors nila, hanggang doon lang sa capital contribution nila sa business. Ayan. So yung letter D na to is letter D condition, wala siyang magiging entry. Makikita lang natin siya sa articles of co-partnership since wala namang transaction na nangyari dito. Parang pinag-agreehan lang nila, agreement lang. Ayan. And so note that fund capital is debited instead of bad debts, depreciation expense, and loss on obsolete stocks. This is an application of the contribution of property with an application of procedure number 2 discussed above. Yung diniscuss natin kanina na procedure number 2, adjust the sole proprietorship for any revaluation agreed upon. So, kasi di ba ang normal na entry natin dito kapag nag-open tayo ng books ng partnership, pag nagpro-provide tayo ng allowance for bad debts, ang dinedebit natin dito na account or kakontra ng allowance for bad debts dito sa debit is the bad debts expense. Ayan, so nagpa-debit tayo ng expense. Pero since ito nga yung i-invest ni Peter Pan sa partnership nila, tinirect natin sa Pan Capital. Binawasan agad natin yung capital contribution ni Pan. Kasi nga, hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-carry ng income or expenses ng sole proprietorship business doon sa business nilang dalawa ni Garces. Ayan. So, ganun din kasi dito sa accumulated depreciation. Ayan. So, instead of debiting depreciation expense, kasi yun yung normal na entry natin pag nagde-depreciate tayo ng properties, ayan, dinebit natin si Pan Capital, binawasan natin si Pan Capital kasi nga ito na yung magiging ito yung i-invest ni Peter Pan dun sa partnership nila. So, instead of debiting the depreciation expense, credit na natin, binawasan natin yung capital ni Pan. Ayan, so instead of magdadagdag tayo ng expenses dun sa bookstore ni Pan, binawasan na lang natin yung capital niya. Ayan. Ganun din dito sa may write-off ng merchandise inventory. Instead of debiting the obsolete stocks, loss on obsolete stocks, dinebit natin sa capital, binawasan natin yung capital ni Pan instead of debiting the loss account. So, or income and summary expense account. Ayan. To close the net assets of the business, ayan, so i-close natin yung net assets ng bookstore ni Pan. I-close natin yung books ng bookstore ni Pan. Ayan, so ililipat na natin yung net assets niya sa partnership nila ni Garces. Ayan, so pag close natin, lahat ng naka-credit account, pupunta natin sa debit. Lahat ng naka-debit account, ipupunta natin sa credit. Ayan, yung accounts payable, ang normal balance ng accounts payable is credit, di ba? Tingnan nyo dito sa may summary of balance ng net assets and liabilities ni Pan. Ayan. Accounts payable niya is meron siyang accounts payable na 7,000. Accounts payable is ito yung utang on account ng bookstore ni Pan. Ayan, so meron siyang 7,000 na naka-credit. Pag close natin yan, ilalagay natin siya sa i-debit natin since naka-credit siya dito sa financial statement o sa trial balance. So, ang normal balance ng liabilities is credit. Pag close natin, ilalagay natin sila sa debit. Ayan. Ganon din ditong contra asset account na allowance for bad debts. Naka-credit siya, ang normal balance niya is credit. Ayan, pagka-close natin, i-debit din natin. Accumulated depreciation. Ayan, so normal balance na is credit. Close natin, lalagay natin sa debit. Debit ng magkano yung amount niya. Ayan. Kung manonotice nyo dito, yung amount ng accumulated depreciation and the amount of allowance for bad debts, hindi na itong nasa trial balance or unadjusted trial balance ni Peter Pan. So, ang nilagay na nating amount is kung magkano yung adjusted balance. Diba? 500 plus may yung 250 dun sa allowance for bad debts is 750. Yun yung i-close nating amount, yung adjusted na amount. Hindi yung nandito sa may unadjusted trial balance. Ayan. So, cash, i-close din natin yung cash. Since yung cash natin is asset, di ba sabi natin pag asset, ang normal balance ng asset is debit. Except na lang dun sa mga contra asset account. Ayan, so, naka-debit yung cash for 12,000. So, i-credit natin pag close natin. Ganon din sa accounts receivable. Normal balance ng accounts receivable is debit. Pag close natin, i-credit din natin. Ayan, merchandise inventory. Ayan, yung adjusted balance ng merchandise inventory ang i-close natin. Hindi yung unadjusted. Furniture and fixtures. Ayan, 10,000. So, yung furniture and fixtures, kung mapapansin nyo, yung 10,000 pa din yung na-credit na amount ng furniture and fixtures. Bakit? Kasi, di ba, ang accumulated depreciation is nandito na sa debit. So, pag niles mo pa yung furniture and fixtures, niles mo yung accumulated depreciation, magiging redundant na or madadoble yung amount ng accumulated depreciation. Kung gusto mong i-less yung 2,000, yung 10,000, yung amount ng furniture and fixtures dun sa accumulated depreciation, ang ilalagay mo na lang na amount dito sa yung adjusted sa furniture and fixtures, hindi ka na magde-debit ng accumulated depreciation. Tatanggalin mo na ito. Ayan. Para maging balance yung debit and credit mo. Ayan. So, lagi niyong tatandaan yung amount ng yung balance ng debit, yung amount ng debit, lahat ng naka-debit dapat parehas dun sa amount ng lahat ng naka-credit. Ayan. So, lahat ng binawas natin or yung close natin, lalagay natin sa amount ng capital contribution ni Peter Pan. Ayan. So, 42,000, less natin yung mga na-adjust kanina, di ba? Meron siyang beginning capital na 42,000. Less natin lahat ng adjusted kanina na 3,500 and 250. So, 3,750. 42,000, less natin yung mga na-adjust kanina, magiging 38,750 yung amount dun sa magiging capital ni Peter Pan. Yun. To close the net assets of business. Ayan, so close na yung net assets ni Peter Pan dun sa bookstore niya. Ayan. Ngayon, dahil pinost na natin yung bookstore ni Peter Pan, ayan, ililipat natin yung amount niya, yung amount ng net assets niya dun sa partnership books, sa panibagong books nila ni Garces. Ayan. Itong 38,750 natin, ililipat, itong amount ng capital ni Pan sa pag-close ng books niya, ng sole proprietorship books niya, or yung books ng partnership bookstore, sa books ng bookstore niya. Ayan. Yung amount ng capital na naka-debit sa kanya, ililipat natin dun sa partnership books. Ayan. Ang ilalagay na natin dito is kung magkano yung adjusted balance. Ayan. So, ililipat. Close natin sa books ni Peter Pan, ililipat natin sa books ng partnership nila ni Garces. Ayan. So, magde-debit tayo ng cash for 12,000. Accounts receivable for 5,000. Merchandise inventory for 22,000. Furniture and fixtures na 7,500. So, eto, mawawala na dito yung accumulated depreciation. Ayan. Credit tayo ng allowance for bad debts, yun, 750. Accounts payable na 7,000. And yung capital ni Peter Pan na 38,750. Ayan, so yung adjusted balance ng net assets ni Peter Pan, yun yung naging capital contribution niya, yung 38,750. Hindi yung unadjusted na 52,000 or the 42,500. Hindi ito yung kukunin, dapat adjusted. Ayan. So, ang pinedit natin na contribution niya is yung adjusted na 38,750. Ayan. Sabi nga kanina, di ba yung agreement nila is magko-contribute din si Garces ng amount kung magkano yung amount or value ng net assets ni Peter Pan. Ayan. So, the agreement calls for Pilar investing cash equal to Peter's investment. Ayan, so magko-contribute din si Garces kung magkano yung contribution ni Peter Pan. Ayan, so nag-contribute siya ng cash na 38,750. Nag-debit tayo ng cash kasi nadagdagan yung cash ng partnership. Magka-credit tayo ng capital account ni Garces kasi nag-contribute siya, nadagdagan yung capital contribution niya ng 38,750. Ayan, so bali ang total ng capital ng partners is 38,750 plus 38,750. Ayan. Sabi dyan, note, instead of two entries, a compound entry may be prepared debiting immediately the cash of 50,750. 12,000 plus 38,750. And crediting Pan and capital for 38,750. Ayan, so pwedeng pag-isahin to. Ayan. Pwede nyo ilagay yung cash is magiging 38,000 plus 12,000. Ayan. Oh my God. Plus 38,750. Ayan, tapos pwede kayong maglagay dito ng Garces capital. Ayan, so dito nyo siya ilalagay yung 38,750. Ayan. Pwedeng ganyan yung magiging entry nyo kahit wala na to. Pwede nyo i-compound kahit tanggalin nyo na to. para maging compound entry nyo na siya. Lalagay nyo siya dito. Instead of doing the double entry or the 2 entries, instead of doing 2 entries. So, pwede yon. Ayan, so, next case, ayan, so, yun yung case, yun yung paano natin i-record yung capital contribution ng partner kapag i-close natin yung books niya, all books ng sole proprietorship, tapos mag-open tayo ng books ng partnership. Ayan, so, case number 2, both partners invested their business with one of the sole proprietorship book used as the partnership books. So, pwede din na, like for example, meron kayong dalawang sari-sari store ng kaibigan mo, magkaibang sari-sari store, magkaibang location. Iko-combine nyo yung business nyo para makabuo kayo ng partnership business ninyo na dalawa. So, pwede din yun. Ang gagawin niyo is i-close nung isa ang sole proprietorship book niya, tapos yung sole proprietorship book ng isa, yun yung gagawin ninyong partnership books ninyo. So, paano natin gagawin yun? Paano natin i-record yung mga contributions na yun? And let's take a look at the sample case in our module. Both partners invested their business with one sole proprietorship book used as the partnership book. So, an example, James Bernardo has novelty store in Pasay and Jim Lopez has also one in Cubao. Ayan. After a year of operation, James was invited by Jim to form the BL Novelty Store. So, pag-iisahin nila yung business nila. The following are your statement of financial position at January 2, 2019. So, ito yung financial position ni James. Ayan, James Novelty Store. So, dito mo makikita yung amount ng assets niya, ito yung amount ng liabilities and owner's equity niya. Okay, ito naman kay Jim. Ayan. So, meron siyang 114,500 na asset, meron siyang liabilities and owner's equity na 114,500. So, pag-iisahin nila yan. So, paano yung gagawin nilang pagre-record dyan? Kung ang gagamitin nila is yung books ni James Novelty Store. Ayan. So, nag-agree silang pag-isahin, meron silang mga agreed na conditions. Ayan. James will invest his business subject to the following condition. Ayan. So, ito yung agreed na condition. Na 2,000 of the accounts receivable be written off. Ayan. So, accounts receivable, mabawasan natin yung ng 2,000 kasi ira-write off na natin. So, ano yung magiging entry niyan sa books ni James? Ayan. Ito, James Bernardo Capital. Ayan, Bernardo Capital. Babawasan natin yung capital ni Bernardo kasi binawasan natin yung accounts receivable niya. Dahil yun yung i-invest niya, babawasan natin ng 2,000. Tapos babawasan natin yung accounts receivable niya ng 2,000. Kaya natin credit yung accounts receivable. Ayan. Second, the furniture has fair market value of 4,000. Ayan, yung furniture daw niya, instead of 5,000, 4,000 yung fair market value niya. So, 4,000 yung i-record natin. Dahil 5,000 yung naka-record sa books ni James, babawasan natin ng 1,000. Ayan, so babawasan natin yung capital niya ng 1,000, babawasan natin yung amount ng furniture and fixtures niya ng 1,000. Ayan. Cost of furniture na 5,000, to yung book value niya kay James. Ito yung fair market value niya. Kung magkano yung value ng furniture sa market. Ayan. So, 5,000 less 4,000 is 1,000 yung ibabawas natin. Babawasan natin ng capital yung capital ni James ng 1,000. Babawasan din natin yung amount ng assets niya na furniture and fixtures ng 1,000. Ayan. Note, write-off in A should be adjusted through the allowance for bad debts. That is, if there is one, kung may allowance for bad debts. In like manner, item B should be adjusted through the contra account or accumulated depreciation if this account exists in the books. Otherwise, adjust through the principal account. Ayan. So, nung nag-write off tayo ng accounts receivable, ang dapat, di ba kanina, is credit natin yung allowance for bad debts. Yung kanina dito sa may taas. Yung first example natin. Ang credit natin is allowance for bad debts. Yun ang i-credit kung provided dito sa financial position yung allowance for bad debts. Pero since wala siyang allowance for bad debts na provided sa statement of financial position, i-credit na natin yung accounts receivable mismo. Since yung allowance for bad debts naman is ileless din natin sa accounts receivable. Ayan, so ida-direct natin iless sa accounts receivable. Likewise, dito sa furniture and fixtures. Di ba kanina nung nagdagdag tayo ng accumulated depreciation dun sa furniture and fixtures, credit natin sa accumulated depreciation. Ito, accumulated depreciation. Yun is yung kung provided din yung accumulated depreciation dito sa financial position or the unadjusted trial balance. Pero since walang accumulated depreciation na provided si James sa financial position niya, i-direct natin ibawas sa furniture and fixtures since yung accumulated depreciation account naman is ileless din natin dito sa amount ng furniture and fixtures. Ayan, so i-direct na natin siya furniture and fixtures. Ganun. So, yun ang naka-note, yun yung ibig sabihin nung naka-note dito. Letter C, accrued expenses of 2,500 should be recognized. So, meron siyang accrued expenses dapat na 2,500. So, ano yung magiging entry niya? Increase liability by recording an accrued expenses. Ayan. So, ang accrued expenses is hindi siya dun sa naka-debit. Hindi siya naka-debit pag accrued expenses. Pag accrued expenses, ito yung liability natin kasi like for example sa nakapag-provide tayo ng or nakapagbayad sila pero hindi pa natin nagagawa yung pinapagawa nila. So that's an example of liability. That is accrued expenses. So accrued expenses is a liability. Ayan. So pag liability, ang normal balance ng liability is credit. Ayan. So dahil nga nadagdagan, sabi dyan, accrued expenses of 2,500 should be recognized. Dapat magre-recognize tayo na accrued expenses na 2,500. So, babawasan natin yung capital ni Bernardo kasi nga nadagdagan yung, magdadagdag tayo sa liability niya. Tapos, ilalagay natin sa accrued expenses. Ayan. Increase liability by recording accrued expenses. Dadagdagan natin yung accrued expenses ni Bernardo. Ano ba naman? Accrued expenses of 2,500 will be recognized. So, per books, 35,500 yung capital niya ni Bernardo. Tapos, nag-provide tayo ng adjustment for accrued expenses na 5,500. Wait. $5,500, 2,500 dapat siya. Wait lang. $5,000. Accounts payable natin is 12,500 and 35,500 na. Ito dapat is 2,500 since yun yung provision. 2,500 and this will be 33,000. So, dito is 33,000. And so letter D. Close all assets, liabilities, and the capital adjusted at the adjusted amounts. Ayan, so na-adjust na natin yung assets ni James. Ayan. Na-adjust na natin lahat yan, nabawasan natin kung ano yung dapat bawasan. Iko-close na natin yung books, itong books ni itong net assets ni James. Ayan, net assets, asset less liabilities. Ayan, so i-adjust na natin siya, iko-close na natin yung lahat ng expenses, ayan, accounts payable, accrued expenses, i-debit natin sa kung magkano yung amount nila or yung adjusted na amount nila. Bernardo Capital na 33,000 debit natin, i-close natin since ang normal balance ng capital is credit, pag tinose natin, i-debit natin. Ayan, so magka-credit tayo ng cash, 13,000, credit natin lahat ng assets, kung magkano yung amount ng assets. Ayan, so dapat itong naka-debit na amount is parehas dun sa naka-credit na amount. Yung total ng debited amount should be equal to the credited amount. Ayan. So, yun yung provision kay James. Ayan. Dito naman tayo sa provision para kay Jim. Ayan. So, letter A, 15% of the accounts receivable is estimated to be uncollectible. Ayan. So, hindi, meron siyang dun sa accounts receivable niya, 15% dun is hindi natin makokollect yun. Accounts receivable is yung utang sa atin ng customers or utang sa akin din ng ibang yung customers. So, 15% ng recorded na utang sa atin ng customers, hindi natin makokollect yun. Ayan, so magpo-provide tayo ng 15%. Ayan, so accounts receivable of 40,000 times 15%. Ayan. Per books, ayan. So, meron siyang 15% times 40,000 is, ayan, so 6,000. So, since provided dito sa financial position ni Jim, yung 4,000 na allowance for bad debts, ilaless natin yan. So, magkano na lang yung i-credit natin sa allowance for bad debts? Yung 2,000 na excess. Ayan, dapat kasi dito, 6,000 yung amount. Pero ang naka-record lang kay Jim is 4,000. So, magkano yung i-adjust natin, idadagdag natin sa allowance for bad debts na amount? Yung 2,000 na kulang. Ayan, so kaya natin credit yung capital ni Jim Lopez. Lopez capital, babawasan natin yung capital account niya, dadagdagan natin yung allowance for bad debt. So kung mapapansin nyo dito, sa una, hindi tayo nag-credit ng allowance for bad debts. Ang credit natin is accounts receivable dito kay James. Kasi walang provide si James na allowance for bad debts accounts. Samantalang dito kay Jim, meron siyang provide na allowance for bad debts accounts. Diba? Ayan, kaya doon natin ilalagay yung 2,000 na ibabawas natin dito sa accounts receivable na kulang dito sa allowance for bad debts. Ayan. Pag provided yung allowance for bad debts, doon ka magke-credit. Pero pag hindi provided, magke-credit ka sa accounts receivable account. Ayan. Letter B provision for Jim, furniture and fixtures should have a net book value of 12,000. So, dapat itong furniture and fixtures niya, pag lines mo yung 5,000, meron dapat siyang book value na 12,000. So, hindi dapat siya 13,500. So, yung accumulated depreciation, dadagdagan natin. Dadagdagan natin ng magkano yung kulang. Accumulated depreciation na 1,500. So, kulang yung pre-provide nating accumulated depreciation, kaya dadagdagan natin. 13,500 less yung 12,000. 1,500 pa yung kulang natin. Kasi ang magiging amount dapat dito sa 13,500 is 12,000. So, ibig sabihin, kulang yung niles natin. So, magdadagdag pa tayo ng 1,500. So, 15,000 less yung 3,000 is magiging 12,000. Yun yung adjusted dapat na book value nito. So, i-adjust natin yung kulang sa accumulated depreciation. Magkikredit tayo ng accumulated depreciation ng 1,500, babawasan natin yung capital ni Lopez ng 1,500. So, kung mapapansin nyo din, dito kay James rather, ang kinedit natin sa kanya is furniture and fixtures. Kasi wala din siyang provided na accumulated depreciation dito sa financial statements niya. Since si Jim is nag-provide siya ng accumulated depreciation sa financial position niya, doon natin i-credit yung ibabawas natin sa furniture and fixtures niya. Ayan, furniture and fixtures. Meron siyang provided accumulated depreciation, kaya doon natin siya ile-less. Ayan. Accumulated depreciation. Magkano yung magiging amount niya? So, yung kulang sa accumulated depreciation ni Jim rather. Ayan. Letter C, condition. His books will be still used by the partnership. So, hindi nila i-close itong books ni Jim. Yun yung gagamitin nila bilang partnership books nila. Pag pinag-combine nila yung net assets nila, dito nila i-record yun kay sa books ni Jim. So, paano natin gagawin yon? Ayan, paano natin i-record yung contributions nila parehas. Ayan. At this point, Lopez capital will now be, ayan, so yung adjusted na capital ni Lopez, 79,000, ayan, 79,500 dito sa unadjusted. Nung in-adjust natin lahat ng assets and payables niya, ito na yung magiging amount niya, 76,000. Ang total adjustment sa kanya is 3,500. So, ang adjusted capital na lang niya is 76,000. So, magkano yung adjusted capital ni James? Ayan, yung 33,000. Ayan, so pag pinag-combine natin yung assets nila, paano yung magiging entry natin? So, since hindi natin i-close yung books ni Jim, yun yung gagamitin ng partnership, ita-transfer lang natin yung assets, net assets ni James sa books ni Jim. Ayan, transfer the asset and liabilities of Bernardo as adjusted. Ayan, refer to these books. Ayan, so, ita-transfer natin itong adjusted balance ni kung magkano yung clinose natin sa account ni James. Ayan, so meron siyang cash na 13,000, ililipat natin dito sa books ng partnership. So magiging 59,000 yung cash, total cash nilang dalawa. Ayan. So magiging cash ng partnership is accounts receivable is 8,000. Wait lang. Adjusted balance na accounts receivable na 8,000. So, yun. Merchandise inventory na 20,000. Yan. And the furniture and fixtures na 4,000. Accounts payable niya, magkano yung debited na accounts payable niya kanina? 12,500. So, ito yun. Accrued expenses na naka-credit sa kanya, 2,500. So, Bernardo capital, dapat dito is 33,000. And dito sa amount ng cash dapat to is, wait, mali. Magkano yung clinose sa kanya sa cash? 13,000. Ayan. So, to sum up, tingnan nyo, ililipat natin, since hindi natin clinose yung books ni Jim, ayan, ang clinose natin is yung books ni James. Ngayon, yung net assets ni James, ililipat natin sa books ni Jim, kasi yun yung gagamitin nilang partnership books nila. So, kung magkano yung clinose natin dito kay sa books ni Jim, or ni James rather, ililipat natin yun dito sa books ng partnership, or yung books ni Jim. Ayan. tingnan nyo to, naka-credit yung mga cash, itong 4 na account na to, naka-credit dito sa kung adjusted amount nila. So, yun yung ide-debit natin pag nag-record tayo ng contribution ni Bernardo or ni James doon sa books ng partnership. Ayan, ide-debit natin yon. So, yung naka-credit dito sa books ni or sa pag-close natin sa account ni or sa books ni James, yun din yung nandito sa credit account sa partnership books. Ayan. Note that in Bernardo's books, his capital is only 30,000 with a cash amount amounting to 13,000. Following the partners' agreement, his capital should be, also be 76,000 as that of Jim. Hence, he has to make additional cash investment of 46,000, bringing his cash investment total of 59,000. So, sabi dito sa may number 3 provision, that James and Jim's interest should be the same as their profit and loss ratio of 1:1. Ayan, so that either one must make additional investment to conform to the agreed interest. So, ang investment lang ni James is 33,000 yung net assets niya. Ang investment ni Jim is 76,000 yung net assets niya. So sabi nila na napag-agrihan nila na kapag sino yung mas mababa yung contribution niya or yung amount na investment niya, magdadagdag siya ng cash para maging parehas yung contribution nila. Ayan, so paano gagawin doon? Magdadagdag si Bernardo dahil kulang yung amount ng net assets niya, mas mataas yung net assets ni Lopez, magdadagdag siya ng cash. So magkano yung cash? Diba? 13,000 yung cash niya. 13,000 yung cash niya. So magdadagdag dapat siya ng 46,000. Ano ba? 46,000 para magkapareha sila ni Jim ng cash or yung investment amount ng contribution. So 13,000 plus 46,000, 59,000 dapat itong cash ni Bernardo. And then yung dinagdag niyang cash, idadagdag din natin dito sa capital niya. So magdadagdag din tayo dito ng 46,000. Ayan. So dapat parehas yung contribution nilang dalawa. Ayan. So magiging amount na nitong Bernardo capital, pag inad natin yung additional cash investment niya is magiging 76,000. So parehas na sila ni Jim. 13,000 plus 49,000 is 46,000 is 59,000. Kasi yan yung agreement nila. Sabi dyan, either one must make additional investment to conform to the agreed interest. So, ang pag may profit or pag may loss sila or may profit sila, paghahatian nila na ng equally, 1:1. So, yung iba't ibang case ng pagre-record ng or case in investing property or opening the books of the partnership. Ayan. So, investment of an already existing business. So, yun. So, bonus or goodwill contribution. So, ano naman tong bonus or goodwill recognition? So, contribution of a partner may go beyond actual asset. So, hindi lang cash or properties ang pwedeng i-invest ng partners, di ba? Or ng mga owners. Ang pwede din nilang i-contribute is yung, like for example, yung skills nila, yung knowledge nila, or yung profession nila. So, bonus or goodwill, ayan. Invested if the partner has special talents needed by the partnership or has a large base of clients, customers, or if a business being transferred to the partnership promises exceptional future earnings. And these factors will usually be equally important as the actual investment made by the partner. Ayan. Like for example, sa pag-invest ng profession mo, wala namang ano dun, di ba? Wala namang exact amount kung magkano yung, like for example, magko-contribute ka ng, i-contribute mo lang sa business is yung skills mo or yung profession mo bilang attorney. Ayan, so parang ikaw lang yung magiging, ikaw yung consultant. Ayan, so, yun yung contribution mo, yung profession mo or yung skills mo. So hindi ka na kailangang mag-contribute ng assets or any cash. Ayan, 'di ba? Yung any tangible assets or resources. So ang kinontribute mo is yung intangible. So paano natin i-account 'yun? Ayan. So example, Dr. Hill, who recently passed the medical board exam, wants to put up a medical clinic and invites Dr. Cassie, a known surgeon and a medical practitioner, to join him. So, in-invite niya na mag-build sila ng partnership nila. Ayan. So, Dr. Hill agrees to contribute 500,000 while Dr. Cassie agrees to contribute 100,000 only. They further agree on the equal sharing ratio on the assets and the profits. In recording their contributions, there are two options, bonus or goodwill. Ayan. So, i-record natin, since hindi parehas yung capital contribution nila, i-record natin as bonus or goodwill recognition. Pag bonus method, ito yung gagawin natin is parang hahatiin natin equally or yung total contributed capital nila, hahatiin natin equally sa kanila. Ayan, so paano natin ginagawa yan? Ayan, example. Under this method, the skill and experience of Dr. Cassie cannot be recognized as asset, especially since there is no reliable measurement for this. So sabi nga natin, yung profession ni or yung skill ni Dr. Cassie, di ba 100,000 lang yung cash na kinontribute niya. Samantalang si Dr. Hill, meron siyang 500,000 ayun na kinontribute na cash. Diba? So parang hindi pantay. So ang yung 400,000 na kulang ni Dr. Cassie is yun yung parang profession niya or yun yung parang skills niya as a skilled doctor. So parang yun yung 400,000. So hindi naman natin pwedeng i-record yun, 'di ba? Kasi wala naman tayong cash na na-receive. 'Di ba? Or wala tayong hindi natin pwedeng i-measure yung skills ni Dr. Cassie. So paano natin i-record yun? Ayan. So either bonus or goodwill recognition. Ayan, sa bonus method, ayan, sabi nga natin kanina, yung total ng contributed tangible resources nila or assets nila na kinontribute nila, yun yung hahatiin natin sa kanila equally. Ayan, in that case of Dr. Hill and Dr. Cassie, si Dr. Hill nag-contribute ng 500,000, si Dr. Cassie nag-contribute ng 100,000. So magkano yung total nilang dalawa? Yung total contributed capital ng partners is 600,000. So, ang gagawin natin, yung 300,000 mapupunta kay Dr. Hill. Yung 300,000 mapupunta kay Dr. Cassie. So, yung 200,000 na binigay ni Dr. Hill kay Dr. Cassie is parang bonus yon. So, doon natin, yun yung application ng bonus method. Yung kulang kay Dr. Cassie na 200,000, kinuha niya dun sa contributed capital ni Dr. Hill. So, yung 200,000 na yon is parang bonus. So, it is considered as a bonus. So, yun yung application ng bonus method. Ayan. Tingnan natin yung example dyan sa module nyo. Ayan. Ayan, di ba yung computation nila? Yung 600,000 na total nila, yung actual contribution ni Dr. Hill is 500,000. Kay Dr. Cassie is 100,000 for a total of 600,000. So ang nag-agree sila na gawin yung or i-apply yung bonus method. Ayan, so pinaghatian nila itong 600,000 na to. Ito yung pinaghatian nilang dalawa equally. So naging 300,000. Ayan, so yung 200,000 na binigay nito kay ni Dr. Hill kay Dr. Cassie, ayan, yun yung recognized as bonus. Ayan, so bonus method. So paano natin ilalagay or i-entryhan yan? Ayan, so magde-debit tayo ng cash since parehas na cash yung kinontribute nila na 600,000. Ito, yung total ng contributed capital nila. I-credit natin kay Dr. Hill yung 300,000. 300,000 yung agreed capital nila. I-credit natin kay Cassie yung 300,000. Ayan, so total is 600,000. Pag goodwill method naman, ayan. Pag goodwill method, ayan, the assumption here is 2 contributions are made by Dr. Cassie. Cash of 100,000 and an intangible asset in the form of goodwill. Ayan, so pag sinabi natin goodwill, ito yung parang magandang reputasyon, magandang image ng either ng company or ng isang talented worker. Like for example sa Jollibee, ayan, so meron silang dahil maganda yung image ng Jollibee, ayan, meron silang amount ng binabayaran ng mga nag-aano sa kanila, tawag doon, nagpo-put up ng business in the name of Jollibee, binabayaran din nila yung goodwill or yung magandang image ng Jollibee. Ayan, ganun din dito sa example natin kanina, yung kay Dr. Cassie, 100,000 lang yung cash na ininvest niya. Ayan, so parang goodwill or yung magandang image niya, yun yung i-recognize natin as goodwill. Ayan, so for example, an investment of an already existing business with recognition of bonus and new books are set up for the partnership. Ayan, so let's take a look at the example in your module. Ayan. So investment of an already existing business with recognition of bonus and new books are set up for the partnership. Ayan, so on December 31, 2019, Ace Grocery prepared the statement of financial position. Ayan, so ito yung unadjusted na capital or financial position ni Ace Grocery. Ayan. Ace and Gomez agreed to form a partnership with Ace investing his grocery. So itong grocery ni Ace, i-invest niya sa partnership nila ni Gomez. Ayan, so meron silang condition na pinag-agrihan. Number 1, set up 10% of accounts receivable as doubtful accounts. So paano yung ginawa natin kanina? May provided siyang ayun, so wala siyang provided na allowance for bad debts. Pero depende kasi sa atin kung mag-provide tayo or hindi. Ayan, so ang ginawa natin dito is nag-provide tayo. Ayan, so hindi natin credit agad sa accounts receivable ni Ace. Ayan. 10% times 55,000 is 5,500. Babawasan natin capital ni Ace. Dadagdagan natin yung allowance for bad debts ni Ace. Ayan. Number 2, inventory should be adjusted at 85% of its book value. So, inventories dapat, ang magiging amount nito is 85%. So, 57,500 times 0.85. So, ang magiging amount niya dapat is 48,875. Pero since ang nakarecord kay Ace is 57,500, babawasan natin yan ng 8,625. Kaya tayo nagbawas ng capital ni Ace, credit natin yung capital, yung inventories. Binawasan natin yung inventories. Ayan. Number 3, equipment should be adjusted to its fair market value of 20,000. Ayan, so magkano ba yung value ng equipment? So 80,000. Ayan, so fair market value na is, ano sabi diyan? May fair market value ng equipment is 20,000. So paano natin gagawin yan? Ayan, so ipag-less natin yung book value sa fair market value. So magkano yung book value na dito yung equipment? 24,000. I-less natin yan yung 20,000 na book value. So babawasan natin yung amount ng equipment and dadagdagan natin yung accumulated depreciation ng equipment. So Ace capital, babawasan natin ng 4,000. Dadagdagan natin yung accumulated depreciation na 4,000. So 56,000 ang magiging total accumulated depreciation na is 60,000. Ayan, 4,000. Number 4, land should be recorded at its appraised value of 150,000. So, yung land, di ba, tumataas ng dumadaas yung value niya. So, hindi siya nagde-depreciate. So, tumaas yung value ng land. Ang naka-record lang dito kay sa books ni Ace is 120,000. So, magkano yung tinaas niya? 150,000. So, magkano yung magkano yung tinaas mismo ng land. Meron siyang 30,000. 150,000 na book value, ay appraised value, i-less natin yung 120,000 na book value. Ayan, so, nag-increase yung land ng 30,000. So, dadagdagan natin itong value ng land ng 30,000 para maging 150,000. So, debit natin yung land kasi nagdagdag tayo. Di ba, pag asset, normal balance niya is debit. Pag nagdadagdag sa asset, i-debit natin. So, dahil nagdagdag tayo sa amount ng land, which is asset, i-debit natin. So, dadagdagan din natin yung capital ni ACE. Yan, ng 30,000. Yan. So, kaya natin credit yung 30,000. Next, accrued expenses should be set up in amount of 2,500. So, meron siyang accrued expenses na 2,500. So, babawasan natin yung capital ni ACE, dadagdagan natin yung liability niya. So, 2,500. Gomez will be investing enough cash to make the total capitalization 800,000. ACE will be credited for 70% equity of the agreed capitalization. Ayan, so, number 6, close the asset, liabilities, and capital accounts of ACE Grocery at the adjusted amount. So, i-close natin yung amount ng close natin yung amount ng o yung net assets ni adjusted na net assets ni ACE. Close natin lahat yon kasi gagawa na tayo ng bagong partnership books. Ayan. Close natin. Ayan, debit natin yung credit na allowance for bad debts, 5,500. Credit natin yung accumulated depreciation ng equipment. Magkano yung accumulated na depreciation ng equipment? Ito. 56,000 plus yung 4,000. Ayan, magiging 60,000. Accumulated depreciation ng building, meron siyang 30,000. So, wala naman tayong in-adjust dyan. Kaya, yun pa din yung magiging amount natin, 30,000. Accounts payable, magkano yung accounts payable natin? Ayan, so, meron tayong 40,000. Wala tayong ginawang adjustment dyan. Kaya, 40,000 pa din. Notes payable, magkano yung notes payable? 12,500. Wala din tayong ginawang adjustment sa notes payable. Kaya magiging 12,500 pa din. Tapos meron tayong sinet up na bagong liability. Itong accrued expenses. Ayan, so walang accrued expenses dito. Diba? Wala dito sa unadjusted financial position ni ACE. Pero nag-adjust tayo, kaya nagkaroon. Yun din yung ilalagay natin dito. Pero kung may accrued expenses dito, idadagdag natin to. Pero since walang accrued expenses dito sa unadjusted, ito lang yung amount na ilalagay natin. Ayan. So, cash na magiging 34,500. Ayan. Yun yung amount. Wala naman tayong adjustment sa cash. 55,000 na accounts receivable. 55,000 na accounts receivable. Ayan. So, hindi na natin niless dito yung amount ng allowance for bad debts na clinose natin or in-adjust natin kasi clinose naman natin dito sa debit. Notes receivable, may adjustment ba tayong notes receivable? Wala. Kaya ito din yung amount na ilalagay natin. How about the inventories? Magkano yung meron tayong in-adjust na inventories? Diba? 85% yung book value niya dapat pero recorded siya as 57,500 which is dapat ano lang 48,875. Magkano yung bawas? 8,625. So, yung 57,500 less 8,625 is 48,875. Yun yung adjusted na i-close natin. Land. Magkano yung value ng land? Ayan, so meron tayong adjustment ng land. Ayan, nagdagdag tayo ng 30,000 sa amount ng land. Ayan, 120,000 sa unadjusted. Nag-adjust tayo ng 30,000, nagdagdag, naging 150,000. Equipment. Magkano yung value na equipment, 180,000. Ayan, 80,000. Wala naman tayong dagdag na equipment. And building, magkano yung value ng building dito? 245,000. So, wala naman tayong dinagdag din na additional na building or adjustment na dinirect natin sa equipment or building. Yung adjustment natin sa equipment or building, nilagay natin sa accumulated depreciation. Ayan. Ayan, so magiging total niya, na magkano yung magiging total na capital contribution ni capital contribution ni Ace Capital, 483,875. So, paano natin kinuha yan? 34,500 plus 55,000 less itong credit, naka-credit balance, i-less mo yung mga naka-debit balance. Ayan. Itong total neto, i-less mo ito. Yun yung magiging amount ng capital contribution ni Ace Capital. Ito yung tinatawag natin net assets. Ayan. Pag niles mo yung assets, total assets, less mo yung mga contra asset account and yung mga liabilities. Ito yung net assets niya. Yun yung i-credit natin sa capital ni Ace. Ayan. Amount na magiging capital ni Ace. Ayan. Sabi dyan, Gomez will be investing enough cash to make the total agreed capitalization of 800,000. Ace will be credited for 70% equity of the agreed capitalization. Ayan, so, pag, sabi niya dito, mag-i-invest daw si Gomez. Ayan, so parang mag-i-invest siya ng dagdag na cash para makuha nila yung 800,000 na total agreed capitalization. So, magkano yung magiging kulang? So, 800,000 less natin yung magkano yung total assets ni Ace Capital na 483,875. 316,125 yung dapat na idagdag na capital ni or capital contribution ni Gomez. Yan. And Ace will be credited for 70% of the 70% for equity of the agreed capitalization. Ayan, so end of discussion. So hanggang dun lang naman yung discussion natin for our lesson, discussion for week 4. So let's take a look at your activity. Instruction, round off answer to the nearest peso. So on July 1, 2019, Bien and Nonoy entrepreneurs decided to put up a business selling a variety of ice products and call it Binoy Ice Bag. They agreed to invest cash and share equally in the net assets and profits of the business. The following are the general ledger of at the end of the year. So ito yung mga GL nila, general ledger na balances ng general ledger nila at the end of the year. So direction or the requirements. In chronological order, describe the transaction that took place. In chronological order, dapat from latest or from like for example, yung pinakaunang date. Ayan. So, ano ba yung unang date ano ba yung pinakaunang date na nagkaroon ng transaction dyan sa may general ledger balances nila? Noong July 1. So, nag-credit tayo kay Bien Capital ng 150,000 noong July 1. Nag-credit din tayo kay Nonoy ng 300,000 noong July 1. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? Ayan. I-determine nyo lang, like for example, dito sa number 1. Number 1. Ayan, so i-describe nyo lang kung ano yung nangyari. Like, ang nauna dyan na date is July 1, diba? So, July 1, 2019. Anong nangyari nung July 1? Bakit may nakakredit na 150,000 kay Bien at nakakredit na 300,000 kay Nonoy? Ibig sabihin lang yan, nag-invest sila parehas. So, paano nyo ilalagay yon? I-analyze nyo itong mga transaction, tapos i-describe nyo lang kung ano yung mga transaction na nangyari sa mga dates na yan. kung bakit may naka-credit, kung bakit may naka-debit. Ayan, so, for example, sa number 1, mayroon silang parehas na naka-credit na sa capital nila noong July 1. 150 kay Bien, 300 kay Nonoy. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, nag-contribute sila. Meron silang Bien and Nonoy contributed or invested cash amounting to 150,000 and 300,000 respectively. Ayan. So, yun yung transaction na nangyari noong July 1. Kaya meron silang naka-credit na, parehas na naka-credit na amount noong July 1. Ayan, magka-credit tayo dito sa capital kapag mayroon silang investment or additional investment. Magka-credit tayo sa capital kapag mayroon tayong binawas sa capital nila. Ayan. So, noong August, ano yung susunod na date na may nangyaring transaction? August 1. August 1. Ano nangyari? Noong August 1, mayroon naka-credit kay Bien na 100,000. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, meron siyang additional investment si Bien. So, Bien made an additional investment of 100,000 cash. Yan yung nangyari transaction noong August 1. So, ang susunod naman, meron din dito kay Nonoy. Sa kanya, naka-credit yung nung August 1, naka-credit sa kanya ang 50,000. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? Pag may naka-credit sa kanya na 50,000, meron siyang permanent withdrawal. Ayan. So, dahil nag-withdraw siya, like for example, ng cash yung withdraw niya. So, babawasan natin yung capital niya kasi nag-withdraw siya ng 50,000 permanent withdrawals. Pag permanent withdrawal, tatandaan nyo, dito natin ilalas yan sa capital. Pag personal withdrawals, dito natin yan makikita sa drawing accounts nila. Ayan, dito sa may baba. Ayan. Itong dalawang to. Ito yung, dito natin makikita na yung personal withdrawals. Pag permanent withdrawals, dito natin makikita yun. Ilales natin yun sa capital nila. So, nung August 1, mayroon naka-credit kay Nonoy na 50,000. So, ano yung transaction na nangyari dyan? Or idadagdag, pwede natin din idagdag dito. Kasi pares silang date na August. Nonoy made a permanent withdrawal of 50,000. Ayan, ganyan. So, chronological order, dapat kung ano yung naunang date, yun yung ilalagay, uunahin yung i-describe. Ayan. Next, October 1, merong naka-credit kay Nonoy na 15,000. Ayan, kung makikita nyo, itong 15,000. Pag meron tayong share in net profit. Ayan, so meron tayong profit na 30,000 noong August, ay October. October 1 napunta kay Nonoy yung 15,000. Tapos October 15 napunta kay Bien yung 15,000. Ayan, kaya parehas silang may 15,000. Or ito yata is October 1 din. Itong October 1 is 15,000 kay Bien and 15,000 kay Nonoy. So, pero sundin na lang natin kasi ito yung nakalagay. Ayan, no, October 15, October 1 muna. October 1, merong naka-credit kay Nonoy sa drawing niya ng 15,000. Ayan, so ibig sabihin, meron siyang share ng profit na 15,000. Pag pinag-sharean natin yung net profit ng business, kina-credit, binabawas natin, like for example, nag-withdraw, nag-personal withdrawal yan nga si Nonoy ng, may personal withdrawal si Nonoy ng cash. Ayan. So, ibabawas natin yung personal withdrawal niya doon sa share niya sa net profit. Ayan. So, ilalagay natin yung share niya sa net profit, nilagay natin sa drawings. Ayan. So, October 1, ayan. So, the partnership, or, ayan, so parehas na lang silang October 1, Bien and Nonoy. So, ilagay natin sila sa October 1. Partnership reported net profit of 30,000 and shared or divided to partners equally. Ayan, kasi yun yung agreement nila. Equally kasi pares silang 15,000 yung na-receive. Ayan, so nung November 1, meron ulit transaction. Wala na bang October? O wala nang October. November 1, kung meron silang naka-credit parehas na 15,000. Ay no, baliktad. I'm sorry, baliktad. Baliktad. Oh my God. Itong drawing. Ayan, pag nagdagdag tayo sa drawing, ida-debit natin. So, ano siya, i-declare natin siya sa capital. Ayan, ida-debit natin pag nagdagdag. Ibig sabihin na itong October 1, meron personal withdrawal si Nonoy. May personal withdrawal si Nonoy ng 15,000. So, ano yung ilalagay natin dyan? Nonoy made a personal withdrawal of 15,000. Ayan, ganyan. So, meron ding withdrawal si Bien. Personal withdrawal si Bien noong October 15. sorry. October 15. Bien made a personal withdrawal of 15,000. Ayan. So, pag nakita niyo may naka-credit o naka-debit sa drawing accounts ng partners, ibig sabihin meron silang personal withdrawals. Ayan, pag permanent withdrawals yung ginawa nila, dito natin makikita sa capital nila. Kina-credit natin sa capital nila. Kaya, importante na kapag permanent withdrawals, i-emphasize mo na permanent withdrawals. Kapag kasi hindi natin nilagay yung permanent withdrawals, i-assume natin yun na personal withdrawals lang. Kaya dito natin ilalagay sa drawing accounts ng partners. Ayan. So, ganun din nung November 1. Ayan. Parehas sila nag-withdraw ng personal withdrawal ng 15,000. So, both partners made a personal withdrawal of 15,000 each. Ayan. So, anong susunod? Yung November, meron silang November 20 na loans receivable kay Nonoy. Ibig sabihin, humiram si Nonoy sa cash ng partnership. So, nanghiram siya ng cash ng partnership. So, receivable ng partnership yun kay Nonoy. Ayan. So, nung November 20, Nonoy, or the partnership lend Nonoy ng cash amounting to 20,000. May hiniram si Nonoy sa cash ng partnership, or hindi lang pwedeng cash, pwede din yung merchandise inventories, yung mga ganun. So, nung October, nung December 1, meron din ulit silang personal withdrawals na 15,000. December. So both partners made a personal withdrawal 15,000 each. Next, yung December 15. Ayan, so December 15, merong hiniram. Ayan, so December 15, loans payable kay Bien. Hiniram ni partnership yung pera ni Bien. Ayan, December 15, hiniram ni partnership yung pera ni Bien. So, paano yan? So, the partnership made a loan from Bien amounting to 50,000. Next, after nung December 15, merong naka-credit sa kanilang dalawa na 150,000 for both partners noong December 31. So pag naka-credit dito sa drawing accounts ng mga partners, ibig sabihin meron silang profit. Meron silang profit na pinaghatian. Ayan. So magkano yung total ng profit nila? Ayan, so 150,000 plus 150,000 is 300,000. So December 31, paano natin i-describe yan? December 31, the partnership reported a profit of 300,000 and divided equally among the partners. Ayan. Dinivide nila equally yung profit ng partnership. So, yun yung nangyari nung December 31. So, ganyan lang yung gagawin nyo. De-describe nyo lang kung ano yung mga transactions na nangyari dito sa, yung nakikita nyo na nangyari dito sa GL ng mga partners. So, sinagutan naman na natin yung requirements letter A. Burahin natin. So, sinagutan na natin yung requirements letter A. Ganun lang yung gagawin. So, from the postings, letter B, ayan, from the postings, determine the agreements contained in the article of co-partnership regarding required contribution of each partner, allowable withdrawals, sharing ratio on profit earned. So, ano ba yung sa tingin nyo is naging yung agreement ng partner na nakalagay sa articles of co-partnership regarding sa contribution nila? So, ang contribution ni Bien is 150,000. Ang contribution ni Nonoy is 300,000. Tapos nag-additional ng 100,000 si Bien. So, ano yung tingin nyo is agreement nila regarding sa investment or sa contributions nila? Hindi naman parehas yung contribution nila na yung amount ng contribution na ini-invest nila. So, ano yung sa tingin nyo naging agreement nila dyan? Bakit di sila parehas? Or bakit nag-additional investment si Bien? Ayan. So, yun yung i-analyze nyo na agreement nila sa contribution or investment nila. And how about the agreement for personal drawings or the withdrawals of each partners? Diba? Parehas sila ng amount ng wini-withdraw ng 15,000 each every month. Ayan. So, ano yung sa tingin nyo naging agreement nila dyan? Bakit parehas sila? And bakit parehas silang may withdrawals? And bakit parehas silang amount? Ayan. How about the sharing ratio on profit earned? So, sabi nga natin kanina, mayroong profit na 300,000, pinaghatian nilang dalawa ng equally. So, ano yung sa tingin nyo is naging agreement nila doon na sinulat nila sa articles of co-partnership? Ayan. Letter C, prepare the statement of partners' equity for 6 months ended December 31, 2019. So, bakit 6 months? From July to December. July, August, September, October, November, December. So, 6 months. From July 1 to December 31. Ayun, ang gagawin nyo dito sa partners' equity section, ito lang yun. Statement of changes in partners' equity. Where's that? Let's take a look at additional, Ayun. Ay, wala. So, dito sa may letters, yung gagawin nyo lang dyan is, statement of changes in partners equity na lang. Partners equity. For the month ended December 31, 2019 of the Binoy iceberg. Ito pala siya dapat. Ganyan lang. Tapos, lalagyan niyo dito ng beginning, beginning capital. Magkano yung investment nila, yung beginning capital nila, ang invest nilang capital. So, dito, ilalagay nyo dito kay, yan. Dito kay, tapos dito ay yung total. Magkano dito? Meron siyang beginning capital na 150,000, meron din siyang invest na 150,000 si Nonoy. So, parehas silang, 300,000 si Nonoy. So, magkano yung total nun? 300 plus 150, 450. Dito yung lalagay. And then, i-add nyo yung additional investment. Additional investment. Magkano yung meron bang additional investment si Bien? Meron bang additional investment si Nonoy? Ayan, i-add nyo yan. I-add nyo sa beginning capital niya. And then, meron bang permanent withdrawals? Ayan. Permanent withdrawals. Meron bang permanent withdrawals si Bien? Meron bang naka-credit sa capital niya? Wala. Meron bang permanent withdrawals si Nonoy? Meron. Kasi may naka-credit sa capital niya. So, magkano yun? Yun yung ilalagay niyo dito. Tapos, after i-add nyo or less nyo ang share in net profit or loss. Ayan. So, meron ba silang profits at the end of the year or nung December 31? Meron ba silang profit? So, magkano yung hati ni Bien doon, magkano yung hati ni Nonoy doon. Tapos, kung magkano yung total ng profit nila. Yan. So, i-add or less nyo. And then, total nyo. So, bali ang magiging format niyan, beginning capital plus additional investment, less permanent withdrawals, add or less yung magkano yung profit or less nila. Yung hati nilang parehas. And then, i-total nyo siya. Magkano yung total nyo. And of course, i-less nyo dito yung, sa baba nito, i-less nyo yung personal withdrawals. Withdrawals ng partners. So, personal withdrawals ni Nonoy ay ni Bien. Magkano yung personal withdrawals ni Bien? So, may tatlo siyang personal withdrawals na from October 15, November 1, and December 1. Yun yung magkano yung total ng personal withdrawals niya. 45,000. Ganun din yung kay Nonoy. So, magkano yung total ng personal withdrawals ng dalawa? Hindi ko nilalagay. Ayan. So, may, dito sa may total. Ayan. Dito, dito. Sa hidaran yan. And then, total nyo. Yung total dito sa taas, i-less mo yung personal withdrawals, yun yung magiging total dito sa baba. So, yun yung equity section ng partner.
So, ayan, napanood na natin yung video lecture ni Ma'am Carmela. So, naintindihan naman natin yung lesson, di ba? So, na-explain pa niya yung kung paano nagbigay pa siya ng hint sa activity 1 ninyo, di ba? So, she already summarized kung ano ba yung dapat ninyong gawin dito sa activity, okay? So, kung hindi nyo pa naintindihan, hindi nyo pa talaga naintindihan, ayan, mag-message kayo sa akin and pagtulungan natin, let's try to understand, okay? I will try to explain to you the topic or the lesson, okay? So, this is the end of our lesson 4 and I hope na meron naman kayong naintindihan sa lesson natin, okay? Palagi kong sinasabi na kapag may question kayo, magtanong lang kayo sa akin, i-approach nyo lang ako. So, don't hesitate to approach me or message me on the messenger, okay? So, yun lang and God bless. Keep safe.